Hi friends, Travis here. If you're new to the channel, I want to welcome you. And of course, if you've been here before, welcome back. If at any point you like what you see in this video, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe, all those things. And yeah, today's video is all about the Circus Circus Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. And growing up in the 90s, I remember seeing commercials for places like Circus Circus, New York, Luxor, Excalibur, etc. As at the time, Las Vegas was trying to present a more family-friendly image. Circus Circus advertised a number of attractions along with acrobatic performances, and the playful funhouse vibe made it more than appealing to a kid who had no idea what Sin City was all about. When the more family-friendly Las Vegas concept first came on the scene, it initially did okay, but the idea of having your kids with you in a place meant for adult entertainment didn't sit well for most Vegas visitors. This became a large-scale sentiment as the family-friendly image faded to the adult-exclusive Sin City with the emphasis on luxury accommodations and upscale shopping that we see today. Circus Circus's popularity, as well as its physical appearance, declined along with that transition. That said, Circus Circus was one of the few hotels on the main strip that held on to the idea that Vegas could be a destination for people of all ages. And with the addition of Grand Slam Canyon, now known as the Adventure Dome Indoor Theme Park in 1993, Circus Circus was clearly on the rebound. However, as time went on, the Bring Your Kids to Vegas concept never fully went back to its former glory, and neither did Circus Circus's dismally outdated hotel rooms. It is now, more than anything, a place for young adults and penny pinchers to experience Vegas on a budget. But with Hilton building the increasingly popular Resorts World right next door, and with announced plans for a Circus Circus refresh, the question is raised. Will this cheap Vegas hotel and casino achieve the level of quality and relevancy that it needs while still remaining budget-friendly? I stayed at Circus Circus a few weeks ago in August of 2022, and it's clear that a transition is in the works. Here's my in-depth review. For my first category, let's talk about location. Circus Circus is located on the north end of the Las Vegas Strip, and even though Resorts World has drastically improved the surrounding area, in my opinion, location is one of Circus Circus's worst features. Being so far up the Strip makes it a trek to even get as far down as Center Strip, and is definitely a full-on journey to places like New York, and Mandalay Bay. It isn't a bad spot if you want to be on the Strip but still near Fremont Street and the Strat, but if it were even a couple of positions closer to Center Strip, I think this score would be higher. For location, Circus Circus earns a 2 out of 5. Next, let's talk about the rooms themselves. This, unfortunately, is not an area where Circus Circus shines. We stayed in a standard skyrise tower room, which, while a definite step up from the exterior access Manor Motor Lodge rooms, the skyrise tower is in the back of the hotel, the furthest tower from the main casino and amenities. For a few extra bucks per night, we could have been in the better located casino tower, but since we're strip wanderers anyway, we really just needed a place to rest our heads at night. That said, our room was uninspired and in need of a facelift. With a dingy aesthetic and decorations and furnishings straight out of 19 whenever, our experience with the skyrise tower room was meh at best. They also only put one pillow on each side of the bed, and this is something that I've complained about before, but while it was fine for us because it was just two of us and we were able to steal the pillows from the other bed, if you're going to be in this room with more than two people, you're definitely going to have to go hunt down more pillows on day one. The one saving grace for our Circus Circus Skyrise Tower room was that the bathroom was large and seemed updated, and they also had lamps with USB ports in them by the beds. So for rooms, I give Circus Circus a 2 out of 5. For our third category, let's talk about service. It was middle of the road at best. Our initial impression, while at no fault of the hotel, was overshadowed by a fight that broke out in the checkout line. None of the staff members reacted to it, and security took way too long to arrive on the scene. Then, shaken by the disturbance, when we approached the desk, the lady checking us in did not want to take the credit card we'd reserved the room with because it didn't have the credit card number printed on it. When we protested and told her that it was actually a security feature that a lot of credit card companies are switching to, she got all confused and thought we were trying to pay with Apple Pay for some reason, and we were trying to tell her, no, this is a major credit card, and finally she said, I'll accept it just this once. like she was doing us some sort of favor to allow us to like pay for our room. She wasn't rude or anything, and ultimately we were given access. But when she initially said we wouldn't be allowed to check in, I was thinking, how can a hotel this big in a place so heavily visited be so misinformed and behind the power curve on technology? The only other service we used at Circus Circus was the one time we ate at the food court. The guy at Pickup Sticks was friendly, approachable, and seemed to genuinely want us to enjoy our meal. I also got drinks from the casino bar one evening, and while it took longer than it should have for the bartender to approach me, he was cordial and he made me a decent old-fashioned for a pretty good price. So for service, Circus Circus earns a 3 out of 5. Next, let's talk about dining. The food offerings at Circus Circus are pretty standard. Apart from a really nice-looking steakhouse and the fact that the big top food court on the promenade level is literally brand new, nothing stands out as unique. They do have a Starbucks, among other table and quick service options, along with a large main bar. We didn't eat at the buffet, but it looked sizable, and the price was on the lower end compared to other places we've stayed. Circus Circus is also right next to Resorts World, and there are more options in the shopping center across the street, which significantly expands the overall options. We did find that Circus Circus definitely lacks bar/watering hole options, so for dining, Circus Circus gets a 3 out of 5. And lastly, let's discuss amenities. Circus Circus has a few unique offerings, but it's missing some key Vegas hotel amenities such as shows and lounges. You'll find daily free circus performances, a large Midway-style arcade, several shops and stores to browse through, the Adventure Dome indoor theme park, and a large pool complex with a tower of water slides. But Circus Circus does not have a digital key option, and only some of the elevators require key access to the guest floors, which for some might seem like a security issue. For amenities, I give Circus Circus a 3 out of 5. Even though it's a goal of mine, I've yet to stay at every hotel on the Las Vegas Strip, but I have stayed at quite a few places on Las Vegas Boulevard, and I have to be honest when I say that Circus Circus is low on my list. It's great for people who are on a budget, especially those who will be visiting with young kids, but for me, this was not a top choice. Las Vegas' Circus Circus Hotel and Casino gets a Travi score of 2.6 out of 5. I did definitely enjoy my stay and my time in Las Vegas, and I don't want my opinion to discourage you, especially since many people find this hotel a distinctly different way to enjoy Vegas. But just know that for most people, there are better options out there for just a few bucks more a night. And anyway, that's all I have to say about that. So I want to thank you all for watching. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, all those fun things. We'll talk soon, and y'all have a good night.